everyone, so in today's video we're going to be troubleshooting the starting system on the 2014 Yamaha Grizzly 700. It's going to be specific to this quad, but a lot of the techniques and stuff you'll be able to use on other things such as dirt bikes, other four-wheelers, and jet skis and things like that. So more specifically, we've got no starter rotation, so we're going to work with the troubleshooting guide in the manual here and we'll get going. Alright, so a real simple breakdown of the starting system. Right here we've got our battery and it connects to our start relay, which then goes to the starter itself. Now everything down here is all the fuses and switches, and they're pretty much what control the relay. So we'll talk about a lot of this stuff later in the video, but there are three conditions and one of these needs to be met in order for this relay to close. And that is that the transmission needs to be in neutral, or the transmission needs to be in park, or the rear brake lever is pulled. So if any one of these are met, and those will get their signals through the various switches here, the relay will close and allow power to our starter. So we're going to start with the things that are going to be most likely to go bad when we troubleshoot this. We do have the troubleshooting guide. Now there is a lot of stuff here and we'll go through most of it, but like I said, we're gonna start with the things that are most likely to go bad. Alright, so I already have a pretty good theory of what part I need based off what it's doing and not doing, and I've already gone ahead and ordered that, but we're still gonna walk you through all the steps for troubleshooting this. Now the first step on here is to check the fuses. Now when we turn our key on, we get power to the panel, so I can already tell you that our main fuse is perfectly fine. A little later when we talk about the relay, we'll show you how to check a fuse, but for right now, that step is good. So the next step on here is going to be to check the battery. So pretty much all of the electronics on this four-wheeler live right under this panel, which just simply pulls up. And now in here, we've got our battery and our relay and our fuses. So we'll go ahead and check this battery for charge and make sure it's good. So to check our battery, we're going to put the voltmeter in DC mode since we're checking a DC battery, and then we'll simply just touch the terminals and we've got 12.4 volts. So that should be enough. Now if you think that you do have a battery problem, you could always just hook it to a charger or try and jump start it. Alright, so on our relay here we have a fuse, and this fuse isn't actually shown in any of the wiring diagrams, which is kind of strange, but we'll go ahead and check this real quick, and you can kind of see by looking at it, it's okay. But just to make sure, we're going to put our multimeter in continuity mode, and we'll just check the two sides, and we have resistance. Now, if this was bad, it would say OL, which means open line, but we do have continuity, so this is a good fuse. So we'll go ahead and put that back in. Now to check our relay, we're going to go back to volts DC, and to make sure this is not stuck, what we're going to do is go to the post on here and the power post on here, and you'll see we're getting 12 volts to our relay. Now if we check on the other side of the relay, we're getting 0 volts, so that means this relay is not stuck open. So now to test that our relay is working, we can do one of two things. We can simply press the button and you'll hear the relay click, and that's that piece shutting to allow the current to go through. Or we can go back with our voltmeter and put it on the non-powered side, and when we hit the button, we should see voltage coming across, which we do. Alright, so we have verified that our relay is getting power through it, and now we're just going to check power at the starter, which we're most likely going to have. The only reason we wouldn't is if the lead wire going to it had a break in it or maybe some corrosion on it or something like that. So we've got an alligator clip hooked up to the power wire, and we'll just go ahead and put this on anything that is grounded to the frame. We'll go ahead and hit the button, and there we go. We've got voltage. So just like I thought, we do in fact need a starter. So thankfully I've gone ahead and gotten one of those. But before we change that out, we're going to just go ahead and check some of these switches that it calls out for and show you how that's done in case that's your problem. Alright, so now we're going to test continuity to our switches, and we're going to start with the stop switch. Now we need to check continuity between the brown wire and the red-black wire, and it's actually going to be on this smaller gray plug, even though that's next to the start switch. So we've got that disconnected down here, and you can see there's our brown and black wire. So we'll hook up our meter. And now we show open. Now when we put it into run mode, we hear the meter beep because we're getting continuity. So we're just going to repeat that same process on the two colored wires listed for the start switch. Alright, so like I said earlier, we've got this troubleshot down to a starter, and hopefully this video helps you guys kind of get through the troubleshooting and reading out any wires or voltages and helps you guys fix your quad. So thanks for watching.